Past emotions. I don't know about you, but I've had my share of emotional moments. I remember when my dad told me he was going to come pick me up, and I think I was around 8 or 9 years old, and I was sitting outside in front of the porch, and I remember so excited to. We're going to go to Super Track and race cars, and I was so excited. I hadn't seen my father in forever, and I was sitting outside, and my mother came to check on me to see if I was okay, and I said, "Yes, mom, I'm fine." And about an hour went by and my dad hadn't showed up. And I didn't know it was an hour. I just know I was out there for a long time. And so my mother said to me, um, I don't know if your dad is coming. I said, yeah, of course he's coming. He said he's coming. So he's coming. I'll just wait. So I waited more and more. And obviously my dad never showed up. And that day, um, really traumatized me. And that memory was trapped in my mind for quite a while. I remember going to go get some ice cream with my mother and her letting me know that it's okay and everything will be fine. But how I shaped part of my childhood identity based on my father not showing up really could have defined me in a really bad way. It could have made me feel like I wasn't worthy. It could have made me feel like, like I'm not good enough to receive my dad's love. But that's not what I took from that. I decided to not be aligned with how my dad treated me, but aligning myself with a higher sense of self worth. And I don't know about you. I don't know what you're going through, but I know one thing, that it's time for you to overcome the emotions that have had you trapped, whether it's from your childhood, whether it's from your marriage, whether it's from um, anything, anything that's ever happened to you. It's time for you to realize that that trauma has no place in your life. Have you ever felt like a single moment from your past is like holding you hostage? Like an old wound, like something has happened, like it still hurts when you brush against it. Today, we're going to dive deep into what it means to be trapped by the emotions of the past. And how are you going to break free from that? Like I broke free from the emotions of my father not picking me up that day. I broke free from that moment and I decided that I wanted to break free from the emotions of the past. I wanted to break free from not feeling good enough. So, what are some things that you can do to break free from the past, right? Break free from your past emotions. First thing I want you to do is go to GeraldFears.com, book your one-on-one session with me, and let's see how we can help you get to the other side. And I also want you guys to share, subscribe, and like this on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. All right, so here we go. So here's what we know. So let's just say something happened to you, and I'll give you a really great example. So one of my good friends, something happened to her where she got assaulted, and she had to make a decision. She could say, you know what, I I could let this moment cripple me and never get past this. I could be paralyzed by shame. I could really let this knock me off, but I refuse to let my emotions trap me in this moment. I refuse to be a hostage to my past. I refuse to let my mind set me up to think that what happened in the past is happening right now. What you need to know is understanding that you're trapped by your emotions could come off like this. It could come off like a trigger. Someone could say something, do something to you that recreates that emotion that you didn't even know was trapped. You didn't know that I'm still carrying around this sadness. I'm still carrying around this envy, this hurt, this disgrace. And what you need to know is that you have the option. You don't have to be trapped by the emotions of the past. You can choose today to have a new emotions, a new reflection of your past. You don't have to live in survival mode of those old memories. Sometimes keeping us stuck in this flight or fight mode. Triggers are basically like unresolved grief or regret or shame that basically are tethering us to the past. The cost of staying stuck is a lot. Dwelling on your past emotions can lead you to anxiety, having to take medication, you're depressed. You have to break free from the emotions of the past. You have to. Breathing and being aware when those emotions are happening, taking a second and say, you know what, hey, I really want to make sure that I'm in a good space here. I don't want to be trapped by my emotions. I'm going to look past this, look through this, and I'm going to know how to handle this in a better way. If you can't let go of your emotions, that means that they're tied to you, they're anchored. If something keeps happening and something keeps appearing in your life, what does that mean to you? That means that something is holding you, something inside of you is anchored in the past. Your emotions throughout the day, are they anchored in the past? Are you still feeling sad from what happened 2 years ago? Are you still allowing that to affect your life today? Are you still overeating because of a sexual assault? Are you still not taking care of your body because you don't think you're strong enough, tall enough, big enough? What emotions are you holding on to? What emotions have you trapped? What emotions are you still living off of that aren't serving you? I want you to write down the memory or emotion you're trying to get past and map on it a timeline of your life to see if it still fits. Why do you want to do this? This is going to help you internalize your emotions, reducing the power it has over you. Write down what emotion you want to get rid of and see how long you've been holding it. Write down what emotion you keep feeling, how long you felt that emotion, and when was the first time it came up? Was it when, like for me, was it when your dad didn't show up? Was it when your mom left you? Was it when you got assaulted? Was it when you got abused? When would that moment show up emotionally for you? When did that moment happen? Because that's how you know you've been carrying that moment ever since. And it's time for you to do what everyone is scared to do, which is break free from the emotions of the past and step into a new river, step into change, cross over and say, you know what, today I'm going to choose to be happy, excited, thrilled about where I'm going to go, who's going to go with me, and how I'm going to get there. You have a choice. You can either be trapped by the memories of the past, or you can be influenced by the memories of your future. You can be trapped by the emotions of the past, or you can be influenced by the emotions of your future. If you start thinking about your future that you want to have, those emotions that come with that will show up for you. But if you're constantly anchored in the past and you keep bringing up the emotions of the past that don't serve you, guess what's going to happen? You're going to keep reliving that same traumatic life over and over and over. So choose emotions that represent your future. Write that down. Choose emotions that represent my future. What does that mean? That means if I want a future that's full of happiness, joy, wealth, success, what type of emotions go with that? What type of emotions go with wealth? What type of emotions go with health? What type of emotions go with having the best family ever, with having a beautiful home? What emotions come with having a big and a bright future? Because I want to encourage you and inspire you to do just that. Do not hold on to the emotions of your past unless you want to relive your past. I encourage you to start tapping into your emotions of the future. Tapping into the emotions of your future. This has been another amazing episode. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And just know, you do not have to be trapped by the emotions of your past. Go to GeraldFears.com, book your one-on-one session. Let's see how we can walk you over to the river of change and cross over into the other side. I'll see you guys soon.